I feel so alone. A private discourse. This private discourse is an excerpt from a consultation with a private client. It is a consultation between a woman and myself. This conversation occurred in the dark at this woman's home. The night was cool. We sat in front of a log-burning fireplace. I remember because she plucked a petal off of a rose and tossed it into the flames as we talked. I didn't ask her why. "You'll have to explain something to me," she said. "Yes," I said. "How did you come to be a hermit?" "I'm an only child," I said. "I've always been alone, among other reasons." "What other reasons?" she asked. "I do enjoy deep examinations such as this," I said, "with another person, but I don't have the stomach for traditional forms of association with people." She asked, "Do you find that you have to work at it, or does it come naturally?" "What are you really trying to ask?" I said. She said, "I want to learn this. I have no choice." I said, "I don't know that it's a skill to be learned." "Woman, but there has to be a bridge toward it." Myself, "What's on the other side of this bridge?" Woman, "Where I am now." Myself, "Where is that?" Woman, "I'm caught between this place of feeling alone and needing to learn how to be alone." Myself, "Why?" Woman, "How do I answer that question? It's been so many years. I'm this person who's supposed to have everything, the perfect life, the perfect family. But the truth is, I don't have anything." Myself, "I understand." Woman, "You do?" Myself, "Yes. But please keep speaking." Woman, 20 years ago, it felt very different. I had all this hope. My family was developing. The children were young. It seemed like I was moving toward a place of wholeness, as if we were building this life together, as if the family would grow more solid over time, like a sculpture that slowly takes shape. But all these years later, it feels like the opposite. It feels like the sculpture was what I began with, and now it's disintegrated over time. Myself, "Yes." Woman, "You don't sound surprised." Myself, "No." Woman, "Why does all this happen?" Myself, "What part of it do you feel most deeply?" Woman, "Loneliness. I feel so alone." Myself, "What makes you feel like this?" Woman, "I have a great husband. I have great kids. I have great fans and great success. But I have to be honest with you. I feel completely alone, and I have for some time." Myself, "I'm listening." Woman, "Nothing turned out the way I thought it would. I feel so ashamed for saying this. No mother should say such things, but you always ask for the truth. So here's the truth. I feel like I gave my life to my children. But they sort of don't care. They went their own way. A friend of mine said to me, "This is natural. and that kids leave the nest. But she doesn't quite understand. This is not about them leaving the nest. I haven't felt like a mother in years. I have a house full of people, but I feel totally alone. Myself. Where would you like me to begin? Woman. Meaning? Myself. I can come at this from many angles, but I want to come at it from the one that will benefit you most. Woman. The truth. Myself. Straight truth? Woman. Absolutely. If the bottom is going to fall out, I'd rather it fall out while I'm at my lowest point. Let's get straight to it. Myself. The truth is that we fall for romantic ideas, and these romantic ideas seem perfectly within the bounds of reason and logic. So much so that the thought that these ideas are misguided never crosses our mind. But they are, no matter what the books or the therapists say. Woman, please go on. Myself. We fall for the idea that we are going to make a family, that our children are going to grow up according to this and that we will inculcate them with proper thinking, and over time, things will become solid and pure. But the truth is that we don't know how our children are going to turn out. If we raise them with an iron fist, there are many problems. If we raise them with a soft hand, there are many problems. Some couples grow further apart than others, and some ostensibly grow closer together. And if they grow closer together, it is often the problems with their children that bring them closer together. Everything fades in this life. The truth lies in understanding from the very beginning that despite all our efforts, nature takes its course without consulting us. In this life, things do not move toward wholeness and completion. They move towards uncertainty. And the more we modify our behaviors in order to change this, the more we suffer. Woman. Well, that was about as straight as it gets. And this is why I was asking you how you learned to be alone. I want to be comfortable being alone, so that I no longer have to feel lonely. Myself. The problem isn't getting comfortable being alone. Woman. Then where do I go from here? Myself. Create a space between what you hope to happen and what does. Woman. Between what I hope to happen and what actually happens? Is that right? Myself. Yes. But do not do it mechanically. If you do it mechanically, you'll be closing your eyes and pretending you're blind. Open your eyes and see what already has happened. You have decades of experiential evidence. You don't really guide the ship that you've always considered yourself in charge of. Understanding this will erode your feeling of loneliness. Woman. But won't it make me see just how lonely I am and how helpless I am? Myself. Yes. Woman. Then why is this the way to go? Myself. Because arriving at something organically has an entirely different feeling than being blindsided by it. Your loneliness is not the result of you being alone. It is the result of you feeling that you as a human being were not alone and would never be. But when you realize that nature doesn't care about you or me, you begin to stop asking anything from it. and you begin to stand on your own 2 feet, alone, but without loneliness. Woman, I have to admit, I'm afraid. Can you help me through this? Myself. Yes. Namaste. For those who wish to apply for the private discourses, they may do so at www.kapilguptamd.com.